Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Yeah, and today's material is actually drawn straight from a recent SpeakDuo lesson. We're focusing on some really useful, nuanced language for more advanced speakers.
That's right. And you can always head over to SpeakDuo.com to meet people, practicing English on video calls. It's great for becoming more confident. Okay, let's dive in. First phrase. To be aware of something.
Right. So at its core, this just means having knowledge or, understanding something.
But the key difference here, the nuance, is that aware suggests more of an active consciousness, a real-time perception. It's not quite the same as just knowing a fact.
Exactly. Knowing can be a bit passive, just retaining info. Awareness feels more active, more in the moment.
Like your example. She wasn't aware of the time until it got dark. You wouldn't really say she knew the time in that context.
Good point. Or for, say, an IELTS context. I'm usually aware of their tone of voice and attitude when meeting someone new. It's about perception.
Yeah, definitely about perception.
Okay, next up. Under certain circumstances. This basically means depending on particular situations or conditions.
And using this instead of just like sometimes, well, it sounds more formal, right? It really emphasizes that specific preconditions have to be met.
It does. Very useful in professional or official contexts, like the policy may change under certain circumstances. It suggests there are specific triggers.
Right. Or talking about a big decision. If I had a good job offer and stable living conditions, I'd consider moving to another country. Those are the certain circumstances.
Following that, we've got to be considered something, meaning simply to be thought of or regarded as something.
Yeah, but considered feels stronger than just, say, believed to be. It implies more of a general agreement, maybe a consensus, or even an official standing.
Ah, okay. Like a reputation. So, that city is considered one of the safest in the world. That suggests it's widely agreed upon, not just one person's view.
Exactly. Or, more casually, spending time with family is definitely considered a good weekend activity. It's the common view.
Now let's look at an interesting one. To paint a better picture of oneself or something. This idiom means presenting something, well, in a more positive light, maybe more idealized than it really is.
So it's like exaggerate? Or is there more to it?
I think there's a bit more. Exaggerating might just be stretching one fact. Painting a better picture feels more like crafting a narrative, intentionally presenting things in a certain flattering way.
Crafting a narrative. Yeah, I see that. Like in an interview, maybe? He tried to paint a better picture of his career?
Right. Or you might admit, maybe sheepishly, yes, I might have painted a better picture and exaggerated my cooking skills once or twice. We've all done that, maybe.
Maybe just a little.
Okay, moving on. To let something slip by. This means you fail to notice something or maybe fail to take advantage of it.
And the nuance here compared to, say, miss an opportunity?
I think let slip by often implies a more passive kind of failure. Like you didn't act because you were distracted or hesitated or just weren't paying attention. The opportunity was there, but you let it go.
Ah, okay. So it's less about actively failing and more about inaction. Makes sense for advice like, don't let opportunities slip by just because you're afraid.
Exactly. Or expressing regret. I really feel I let a big opportunity slip by when I didn't apply for that scholarship abroad.
And often grabbing those opportunities, well, it takes work. That's our next phrase. It means something requires effort, time, energy.
Right. And compared to just saying something is difficult, takes work emphasizes the ongoing effort, the persistence needed. It's about the process.
Yeah, the sustained effort, like building trust, takes work and patience. It's not a one-off task.
Or personally, keeping a healthy lifestyle definitely takes work to maintain. It's a continuous thing.
Okay, now for something a bit less positive, maybe? To pad something. This means making something seem longer or bigger by adding unnecessary stuff, unnecessary details.
How's that different from embellish?
Good question. Embellish often means making a story more interesting, maybe adding details for effect. Padding, though, is usually more about just adding volume or length, sometimes dishonestly, like filler.
Ah, got it. Like the classic example. Some people pad their resumes to look more qualified, adding things that aren't really substantive.
Exactly. Or you might ask someone, do you think it's ever okay to pad your story a bit?
And padding often leads to our final phrase, long-winded. This describes communication that just uses too many words. It's overly detailed or lengthy.
Yeah. And it's more specific than just being talkative, right? A long-winded explanation is one where the length actually hurts the clarity. It kind of loses focus.
Definitely. Like, his explanation was so long-winded that everyone lost interest. The sheer length becomes the problem.
We've all sat through one of those, I bet.
All right, let's see if these nuances have sunk in. Time for a quick quiz. Ready?
Let's do it.
Question 1. What does to be aware of something mean? Is it option A, to imagine it but not truly believe it exists? Option B, to ignore it until someone mentions it again? Or option C, to have knowledge or understanding of it?
Okay. Feel free to pause here if you need a moment to think about the answer.
And the correct answer is option C. To be aware of something means to have knowledge or understanding, like being aware of the time getting dark, that active perception we talked about.
Okay, question 2. The phrase under certain circumstances implies option A, without any restriction or external factor, option B, only when absolutely no other option exists, or option C, depending on specific situations or conditions.
Give it a thought, pause if you need to.
Right. The answer is option C. Under certain circumstances means depending on specific conditions, like those conditions needed for a policy change.
Question 3. If someone is considered talented, it means they are. Option A, formally proven to be gifted through testing. Option B, regarded or thought of as being talented. Or option C, pretending to possess an ability they lack.
Pause here to think if you like.
The answer is option B. Considered talented means they are regarded or thought of that way, reflecting their general consensus or reputation. Question 4 is about to paint a better picture of yourself. Does it mean option A, reinvent your personality completely for others? Option B, hide your true self behind exaggerated compliments? Or option C, present yourself in a more positive or idealized way? Take a second to pause if needed.
And the answer is option C. To paint a better picture of yourself is about presenting yourself positively, maybe curating that narrative like we discussed.
Question 5. If you let something slip by, you, option A, catch and use it at the right opportunity? Option B, fail to notice or take advantage of it? Or option C, completely forget it after overthinking?
Feel free to pause.
The answer here is option B. To let something slip by means failing to notice or take advantage, often passively, like letting that scholarship chance pass.
Question 6. The phrase, it takes work, suggests that something, option A, happens naturally without deliberate action. Option B, requires time, effort, and persistence to achieve. Or option C, is nearly impossible to complete without help. Pause if you want to think.
That's option B. When it takes work, it requires that sustained effort and persistence, like maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Almost there. Question 7. If someone pads their resume, they, option A, shorten it to highlight only the most essential points. Option B, delete all achievements to appear humble. Or option C, add extra unnecessary details to make it seem better.
Okay, pause if you need a moment. The correct one is option C. To pad their resume is to add that extra, often unnecessary filler to look more qualified.
And our final question, number 8. A long-winded explanation is one that is option A, too vague and missing crucial information. Option B, overly detailed and unnecessarily lengthy. Or option C, so short that it fails to make any sense.
Last chance to pause and think.
Okay, the answer is option B. A long-winded explanation is overly detailed and unnecessarily lengthy, often making it hard to follow.
Phew. Okay, so we covered some really important distinctions today. Understanding these nuances is key to using these advanced phrases really naturally and effectively in your English.
Absolutely. And remember, if you want to actually practice using these phrases in conversation and get instant AI feedback on how you sound, you should check out SpeakDuo Premium.
Also, keep an eye on your emails for the daily quiz and a review of today's phrases. Thanks so much for joining us for this advanced look at English vocabulary.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
And if you found this helpful, please do leave us a 5-star review. It really helps others find the show.